Finance Minister Winston Jordan delivered a sort of VAT 101 in the House on Monday, starting with the initial implementation of the VAT in 2007.
That was the last time, 2008, almost 9 years ago, almost a decade ago, when the VAT, a very important tax in this country, ever touched 30%.
The minister also pointed out that VAT collection declined annually thereafter as a consequence of a number of failed policy measures by the PPPC.
Policy measures that were being put in place were weakening the VAT base. And I said as much in this house too, that we on this side also were guilty of doing the same thing in 2015 as a result of attempting to keep a promise made in the manifesto.
Minister Jordan concluded that it's virtually impossible to continue with a policy designed for a major revenue earner that continues to show steep decline in collection, the implications of which has the potential to become catastrophic, he said.
One implication simply is that development itself will be slowed because you cannot finance development out of your tax effort. Thus, further recourse to borrowing, which implies a burden in terms of interest and repayment on the very taxpayers.
Minister Jordan went on to show cause for a revised policy on VAT.
And that yes, we will reduce food items, removing them from VATable or zero rate to exempt. And we did that. But we at the same time did not do the reduction of the rate. And we said as much. We said when we came in, we could not tamper with such an important tax until we understood where this tax was at. And even before we could even understand where this tax was at, we were confronted with a set of payments, known and unknown, the collapse of the sugar industry, in which we had to find $12 billion immediately. The collapse of the rice market in Venezuela, of which we have to pay the rice farmers.
He said the method to reduce the VAT rate premised on one solution.
Always said that to do the VAT rate will require an expansion in the VAT base. We had said that, right? We had said to do any VAT rate, it will require an expansion, a broadening of the base on which the VAT was taxed.
The broadening of the base was recommended by a study conducted by Duke University of the USA while the PPPC had been in office, but the recommendations was not adhered to by that administration. Government members of the House have opined that had the PPPC still been in office, that administration would have had no other choice but to implement the measures the government is currently implementing. For HGP Nightly News, Sean Embrack.